in progress.
Okay, Simon, while we wait for Johnson, let us start. I first want to check, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not going to ask the questions about what's your name, where you live, and do you work as a student, because you guys can answer those questions very good or very well. We're going to dive right in. So this part, we're going to talk about the weather. So, what month of the year is the coldest where you live?
The September is the coldest.
Okay, and what do you do when it rains?
I want to play with my friend in the rain.
Excellent. And please tell me something about what you do when the weather is good.
When the weather is good, I usually go to play football and
And
uh, and play volleyball.
perfect. Okay. So, Simon, how do you get to school?
Uh, my mom take me to school.
By car or by bike?
By car.
Okay. And who can ride a bike in your family?
Uh, my mother, my father, my brother, and me can ride a bike.
Okay. Simon, can you please repeat this answer for me?
My mother, father, my brother, and I can ride a bike.
Excellent. Okay. Let's look at some of the other questions. Please tell me something about transport in the place where you live.
Uh, car is the most popular.
Okay. So these three words, mode of transportation, is just another way of saying what people use to travel. Okay. You can also say
Yes.
traveling by car is the most popular way people like to travel. You can also say it like that. It doesn't matter. Um, and yeah, that's a very good answer. Let me just check what's going on with Johnson not joining. Okay, nothing, no reply. Okay, well, let's continue. So, tell me something about what you do. Okay, we already did that one. Let's continue to the next, or to the rest. Let me just zoom out a bit here. I want you to look at these 5 pictures. Here we have dancing, we have listening to music, we have taking photos, riding a bike, and playing and reading, learning how to play music on the piano. So look at these 5 pictures and tell me, do you like these different free time activities? We'll ask again. Do you like these different free time activities?
Yes, because it gives me funny and exciting.
Okay, so let's quickly edit your answer. So you cannot give someone funny. Um, Funny is not something people give, it's something people think. Okay, you think something is funny. So let's change that answer quickly. You can say yes, because I think the word you're looking for is joy. It gives me joy, or you can say happiness, and it is exciting. Or you can say it excites me. By saying it excites me means it makes me excited. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so we can say yes because it gives me. I want you to choose one of these 2 words. Which one would you like to choose?
Yes, because it gives me joy and happiness.
Okay, well, pick one of these 2. Joy or
Uh,
happiness? Which one?
yes, because it gives me happiness and it is exciting.
Okay, there you go. That's a way better answer. So it gives me happiness and it is exciting. Now, there's another way you can answer this question. You can also answer it by yes. I like to dance, listen to music. I like to play music. I like to make, or not play, make music. And sometimes, oh, there he is, Johnson. Okay, before we continue here, let's go back to the other. Okay, he's joining. Hello, Johnson. Johnson, can you hear me?
Yes, they can.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, so I told Simon we're not going to ask the questions about what's your name, where do you come from, and are you a student or do you work? We're going to dive right in. So, Simon, you can just sit back and relax for a while. Johnson, me and you are going to ask and answer some questions. So, Johnson, how often does it snow where you live?
It never snow.
Okay, remember full sentences. It never snows where I live. And tell me, Johnson, what is your favorite type of weather?
My side of weather is windy because it's cool and I can go outside.
Perfect. Okay. And Johnson, how often do you travel by car?
I usually travel by car.
Okay. So that answer is correct, but we try to be a little bit more specific. So you can say, I usually, you can use usually again, travel by car every day. You can say, I usually travel by car on Mondays or Tuesdays or at the weekends. So which one would you like to pick? Johnson?
I usually travel by car every day.
Okay, perfect. That answers the question of how often. Now, Johnson, who do you travel to school with?
I travel to school with my dad.
Perfect. Okay, and Johnson, please tell me something about transport in the place where you live.
Mm,
Do you need my help?
yes.
Okay. So you can say, um, most people prefer to travel by bus or train because the traffic is always heavy. You can also say the most not popular way of traveling is by motorbike or by car because it is it's much faster. Or you can even say many people like to take the bus and train because it is not as expensive as driving their own cars is. So you can pick any one of those. You can also say most people like to walk or stuff like that. So you can pick one of those three and please repeat it for me.
The most popular way of traveling is by motorbike because it's the most faster.
Perfect. Okay, so let's continue where me and Simon stopped over here. So here we have 5 pictures. Oh no, Let's open the pictures. We have dancing, listening to music, taking photos, learning to play music and playing music. There's both in this one picture. And then riding a bike outside. So, Johnson, do you like these different free time activities?
Yes, I do because I think it helped me relaxing.
Okay, it helps me to relax. Okay, so before you joined, I was busy trying to explain to Simon, when you have these types of questions, whether 5 or 4 photos or 6 photos or pictures, it doesn't matter how many there are a few ways you can answer them. You can answer them like you both did. You both said yes, you like these different free time activities because it makes you happy or it gives you joy and it's exciting and it's fun. You can also say something like, yes, I love to dance and listen to music. Sometimes I will try to play music on the piano, and at other times I would go outside and take photos of nature or of people, and or I will go for a ride on my bike. So as you guys can see, you can say a lot about these pictures. You don't always have to pick one or two or three. You can pick all of them. And then there's another way. You can say no. You are allowed to say no. You can say no. I don't really, okay, I am not really interested in these types of activities. I prefer to go fishing or hiking. Sometimes I would just sit at home and watch movies or read a book. So as you guys can see, you can answer a lot with just this one question with these photos. You don't always have to pick one. You can use the other photos as resources to extend your answer, to make it longer, to make it more complex. Do you guys understand? Simon, do you understand? Johnson, do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Simon, do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's continue with the rest of the questions. So, Simon, do you think dancing is exciting?
Yes.
Why?
Because uh, it gives me funny.
Remember, we can't say it gives me funny. You can say it gives me joy or happiness.
Because it gives me joy. And
And makes me happy. You can say that. You can also say it is good exercise. Okay, so Simon, pick one and repeat it for me.
Yes, because it is a good exercise.
Okay, and it gives me joy.
And it gives me joy.
Perfect. Okay. Johnson, do you think taking photographs is interesting?
Uh, yes, because uh, I can taking a lot of beautiful picture.
Perfect. Another way you can answer this question is you can say yes, because I can take a lot of beautiful pictures of special moments or funny moments, anything like that. But so let's continue. Simon, which of these free time activities do you like best? Here they are listed. Dancing, listening to music, taking photographs, playing the piano, or riding a bike. Which do you like best, Simon?
I like riding a bike best because is it is a good exercise and it give me some happy.
Okay, so we can say it gives me happiness, but the correct way to actually say it is it makes me happy. Okay, I'm going to leave it like this. It makes me happy. Not happy. It gives me happiness, but it makes me happy. Okay. Johnson and you, which of these free time activities do you like best?
Uh, riding. I like
Okay.
riding bike because it make me healthy.
Okay. Excellent. Simon, do you enjoy doing your free time activities indoors or outdoors?
Uh, I enjoy doing outdoor because I can play sport with my friend and
Okay, that's a good enough reason. You don't have to make
yeah.
it any longer. Remember, free time activities is just another way of saying hobbies. So just remember that. Johnson, how about you? Do you like to do your hobbies indoors or outdoors?
I like I like to do my hobby outdoor.
Why?
Uh,
Say again, Johnson.
I like to do my hobbies outdoor.
Because? Okay, guys, thank you. Our time is